It's empty. Hopefully the signal's coming out. I haven't checked it. These are at Walmart. Cloves, you know what cloves are. This I got right out of the garlic fields over here in California the other day. I just grabbed me one. Pretty nice, huh? This is good stuff. I'm trying to eat it all, and I'm trying to eat some ginger. I'm trying to eat ginger, get back healthy stuff, because I noticed that my health was kind of taking a dump. So I said, I better start eating. I bought that 18-pack of soda. Oh, yeah, I better write that down so I can remember to get one of those sodas. I'm doing this follow-up from yesterday because there's a couple things that I left out or I didn't present with the impact that I wanted. And so I'm just going to write me a note so I don't forget this. Okay, Facebook and the soda. Okay. And then that song, I forgot to tell you what I think it means. So I'll write that down real quick. Okay, so let me put on a shirt so that I can look presentable. Then I'll check the signal. And I guess I just went online right now. And there's some channels saying that there's supposed to be a stimulus check this month. Stimulus check number 4 for 2025 in August. So I just saw that just right now. You know, a lot of times they do this for clickbait, you know, to get views on their channel. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I forgot to show you this one. This is what you can get on like you can get it on like Amazon or eBay to get all them buggers, right? So I'll read this in a minute, and I should have my flashlight, but I don't. Okay, just checking my signal here, make sure everything's on the up and up. Okay, and there I am. And wow, 12 people don't know how to act. I see people in the comments. Elliot and somebody else who's acting dumb. Okay, so let's just set this down right here. This makeshift thing, because I'm charging this phone because it's almost completely gone. Where can I put it? I guess I can put it right here on this thing. Might as well. Okay, let me see. Just a second. I'll be just in a minute. Okay, hold on. Oh, there, I just lost the, what you call it. Okay, so I just put this, I'm just using this to monitor my signal. Okay, just a second. Okay, there I am. All right, just to make sure that it's getting out there. Okay, now let me see, skip to live, it's already, okay. So, I never did order one of these. I gotta get one of these ordered right now, as soon as I finish this video. Let's see, can I show you anything on this setup here? Not really. I don't know how to go to that. And besides, since this is live and I'm on a wireless system out here that doesn't have, it's only got 3 bars on 4G, and or it's on 5G. Let me check. Yeah, it's got 2 bars on 4G right now. So, if I try showing you anything, it locks up, stuff like that. So let me just finish what I was saying yesterday. Okay, yesterday, I told you about the song, and it was called, I think it's called, I Know I'm Not the Only One, or I'm Not the Only One or the other. And it's by Sam Smith, I think it was. Did I write that down? I don't know. It's probably around there somewhere. I don't want to be moving this phone. Let me see. Yeah, Sam Smith. And the name of the song is I'm Not the Only One. And so I told you I was going to come back and tell you what I think that he means, because I said that it doesn't make sense. So I'll let you know what I think it means. And did you figure out what it means? Okay, and as far as the soda that's made with sugar, I'm gonna go to town and get a couple, and then I'll make a video either today or tomorrow and let you know, okay, about the difference. And I also want to let you know one thing, what's going on with Facebook. I just found out there's another platform, and it's called something that has to do with local. It's only local. I forgot what it's called, but there is a new platform. It's like it's a social media platform, and it's only for people in your area code. So this is bizarre, right? So, Facebook is going to be putting out some stuff, because, there's competition. And, well, you remember, I'm the one who suggested that there should be a option to search, just like you used to be able to search on Craigslist when you're buying something. If you're looking for something, you're searching for something to buy, you can search geographically, which means you can search in your area within 5 miles, right? Or you can search in another city, like if you wanted to search in Bakersfield, California, or Los Angeles, California, if you wanted to search in Birmingham, Alabama, right? You can do it on Craigslist. Well, that option needs to be available for searching for videos on YouTube. Okay? They know how to do it. So why aren't they doing it? You could go on and say, I want to see who's doing live streams, right? Because they have an option. You can go to live. It has a little button up there. It says live. You hit that, and you'll see everybody who's doing live streams. There's a lot of people on here right now doing live streams, and a lot of the regulars. Some of the better ones are all on here. I don't know what's going on, but I just turned it on and I saw this one person who stopped going on here a lot for a long time. And so this option should be available for when you're searching for doing live streams, because you could see people in your local area who are going live. This is a wonderful option. People will love this option for searching for people who are doing live streams. And a lot of times people will see people doing a live stream and they have no idea what their channel name is. They want to know, they want to see what you're talking about, right? This option would let them do that, because how many people do you think there's going to be in a 1 mile radius doing a live stream right now? Well, probably if you're in Brownsville, New York, or Manhattan, New York, or downtown Los Angeles, probably there'll be a couple, right? But in a small one-horse town, there's usually probably not be anybody doing live stream, but who knows? But it should be available, because on Craigslist about 7 years ago, on Craigslist, there was an option to do this when you're, well, there still is, but there was also another feature on Craigslist. It was called Community. And on Community, you can go in and leave pictures. This was 7 years ago. They stopped this feature on Craigslist. People were using it as a dating site, which means you can search in your own town, even if it's a little one-horse town. Everybody was on it, and people were leaving, naked, nude pictures of themselves. Everybody was posting. Everybody was getting naked, taking pictures of themselves naked, and putting it on Craigslist under the community thing. And there was no problem, right? And but I guess the other platforms considered them competition, right? And so they got rid of it. Nobody even ever mentioned it. But this was a big feature of Craigslist. Everybody was going on Craigslist and posting naked pictures of themselves, trying to hook up. And so there is a new platform now. I forgot what the name of it, but something to do with local people. Check it out. I'll try to find that and let you know what the name of it is on the next go round. I didn't go in and check it. I guess you have to download the app, so I didn't download the app. But I did go on YouTube and check to see what's going on. And strangely enough, these people are talking about it. And she actually said that, referred to Fresno, California, that there was something that happened on Fresno, California, how the people are interacting with each other. So I think this is a fake channel. It's sent by the competition, trying to put out negative aspects of this so that the people will say, oh, well, that's no good, and get rid of it. Okay. So I just thought I'd throw that in, let you know that, okay? Because I'm the one who come out with the idea a year ago. And hopefully it will do like I said, because this is the free flow of information. And there's just something to it. Okay, so now for this stuff that I was talking about yesterday. I told you, if you don't believe this stuff I'm saying, go on YouTube and look for the lady with a worm in her brain. Okay? It's on YouTube. They have her. They show the medical doctor, the surgeon, that some of these parasites, that's why people are buying this stuff. Okay? Some of these parasites can cross the blood-brain barrier. A certain kind can cross the blood-brain barrier. That's all I'm going to say about it, because the industry, they hate people knowing this like the devil hates holy water, because that's where they make all their money, And so that is to say that if you consume certain products, you should know the herbs you're supposed to eat, because in China, in Asia, they eat this stuff like there was no tomorrow. And they're not having effects. They have dexterity. They have better dexterity than the United States. Okay? You look at them. So what is it? I think it's the herbs, because if you look in the encyclopedia of medicinal herbs, or even go online and say, what are they called? Antithelmintics. If you look for antithelmintics, it'll show you garlic is an antithelmintic. Also avocado peel and pomegranate peel, I heard, is also antithelmintic. But the ones that everybody uses are these. Garlic, cloves, and black walnut hull, which is in this bottle. Black walnut hull, and then there's this herb called wormwood. Those are the ones, if you go looking for antithelmintics, antiparasitic things, natural ones. These are natural stuff. You know, garlic is natural, cloves is natural, black walnut hulls is natural, wormwood is natural. It's an herb. That's what you'll find if you look on Amazon or eBay. And so that's why they eat garlic like there was no tomorrow, and they know all the herbs to eat, where the American people don't. Okay? So I'm saying don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's not that you can't have this stuff. It's that you got to know what to consume with it, which these people obviously know about. Okay? But the Americans don't. And that's why America is the largest, these ailments, right? They have so much of it. They're rolling in the bucks from certain things that they put out there in the market because of this. They don't want the people to know what you're supposed to take. Okay? They don't want you to know that your diet should be loaded with omega 6s or omega 12s or whatever, which Asia, their diet is loaded with it. All seafood and herbs. Okay? And so these are the natural things that I just showed you. And all garlic. Okay, these are all the natural things. But there's also, I guess you would call them chemical. There's chemical things that you can take, stuff that's manufactured in the laboratory, instead of taking natural herbs. One is called Reese's pinworm. You can get it at Walmart for when your kids get worms or whatever. And or you get worms, worm infestation. There's Reese's pinworm, and I think this is the active ingredient is praziquantel. I'm not sure, but there's like I was telling you yesterday, praziquantel, ivermectin, and fenbendazole. Ivermectin is what everybody started taking during the pandemic for some strange reason. I have no idea why, but everybody just like wildfire. And so ivermectin and fenbendazole are only available by prescription. Okay, the praziquantel, you can buy it right over the counter. But a lot of people found out that you can get the ivermectin. I'm not sure about the fenbendazole, but the ivermectin, you can buy it for your horse or your dogs. They have it at Walmart. Isn't that strange? And so the ones that are available for the humans are praziquantel, goes by rhesus, pinworm or something like that, and but not the ivermectin unless you buy it for your horse or dogs. And so the ones that are available for humans, and even these natural ones, do not get Booski. Okay? There's this culprit. I was telling you about Hulda Clark, and where to get her books at newcenturypress.com. And it turns out that the other book that I told you about, Let's Face It, The Art of Face Reading, is not there, but it is on Amazon, but it's out of stock. Place your order, they'll let you know when it's back in stock. Okay? But where you can find out about this physicist who was an expert at this, I've met her in person. Her name was Hulda Clark. And I met her down while I was in the same room with her in Long Beach at World Health Expo. I think it was 2007. And well, Hulda Clark is not with us anymore, but she was a physicist, PhD, and she's got all kinds of different books written in different languages, right? And you can get it at newcenturypress.com. You can also find her on Amazon and eBay, but if you're looking for a specific language, go to newcenturypress.com. They've got so many different languages in there: Czech, Spanish, Italian, all kinds of different languages. And so all of these natural do not get Booski, and neither does the over-the-counter stuff. Okay? But now you can actually, if you live in Tennessee, Idaho, Arkansas, or Louisiana, you can actually get ivermectin over the counter for humans. Okay? And well, all of these others that we have access to that are common, all the herbs, garlic, cloves, black walnut hull, and wormwood herb, these do not get Booski. Okay? Booski is a treacherous little bugger. Okay? Booski is a fluke. That means he's a flat one. Go do research on Booski. And, well, ivermectin gets Booski. Okay? And so everybody, Hulda Clark did experiments and tests and found that Booski was in every one of her case studies. She was helping people down in South California. She had her own thing there where people were going to see her, and she was treating people. And every single one of her case studies had Booski in there. It was that little rascal that was causing all this damage. And so for who knows whatever reason, somebody let the genie out of the bottle, right? During the pandemic. And people started, it was on social media, right? They were saying, ivermectin, take the ivermectin. I don't know where the hell they were getting it from, because you can't get it over the counter unless you know that you can go to the pet section and buy some for your dog. That's the only place you're going to get it. And unless you have a prescription. And so I'm thinking it must be that everybody started taking that stuff and people started getting better, because look at all the corner places where you buy your stuff at that are going under. One right here where I live in this one horse town just went under. They've been there for years and years and years. Money makers, man. Most profitable industry in the nation. And they're all going down because they started losing money. They have to be raking in money hand over fist. If they don't, the whole industry collapses. They can't afford to pay the rent. Something happened. I think it's related to this. It's the ivermectin and Booski. Go do the research yourself. Okay, so get the Coke, and now the song. The song was, he said, it starts out and he says, you think that I'm crazy because you think that I don't know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, I said that it doesn't make sense. I said what would make more sense is if he said, you think that I'm crazy because you know I know what you've done. That makes more sense, because if you knew and you still with her, you must be crazy, right? In our culture, you must be crazy. You know what I've done and you're still with me. You must be crazy. That makes more sense, but he doesn't say that. He says, because you think that I don't know what you've done. Okay, so that doesn't make sense. But I think the meaning of the song, what he is trying to say without being clear, without coming out and saying it, I think what he is saying is, when he says, but when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one. Did you try to figure this out? What did you come up with? Well, what I think it means is that he's saying everybody, not everybody, but probably 90% of the population is doing this. They know their spouse is having an affair, extramarital, basically committing adultery, and they just, accept it. They don't divorce, they just accept it. And I think that's what the song is about. He's saying everybody is putting up with it. Not everybody, but basically a lot of people. That's what he meant by I'm not the only one. Right? Which is, he's saying there's a whole bunch of people putting up with this, just keeping it on the down low. I think that's what the song means. Okay, so that's all I've got for right now, because I heard it the other night. And I'll be connecting some other songs together. Yesterday I told you I connected the two songs. I connected because it has the same basic beat, right? It was, I didn't even check. Oh yeah, I did. I told you this yesterday. Get Lucky has the same basic beat. It's by Feet. Get Lucky has the same basic beat as Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd. The Weeknd is the name of the band. And before that, I connected a couple other songs. Oh yeah, there's this one song called Angel, okay, that I thought should get recognition because nobody's making any mention of it. And that's bizarre. It's bizarre that nobody mentions it. This song called Angel, you know, that song goes, Shorty, you're my angel, you're my darling baby, closer than my peeps you are to me. You know that song? It goes, don't be a fool, son, what about the long run? Okay, you know which one it is. That song, the beat is taken from a rock and roll band. This is R&B, right? They're two different genres. Is taken from a rock and roll band. It is Steve Miller Band. This was a band from back in the 70s. They had a lot of different hits. One was Fly Like an Eagle, The Future. What was that song? I want to fly like an eagle. Oh yeah, Fly Like an Eagle into the Future. Then they had a whole bunch of different songs. Take the Money and Run, and they had a whole bunch of good songs. But this song that they took that beat from is Joker. That's the name of the song, Joker, by Steve Miller Band. Listen to it and you'll see that this song, Angel, is that song. But on that song, it goes, well, go listen to it. It's a rock and roll type song. But I thought that's interesting that the people don't even make mention of it. So I'm connecting these songs. You know, I listen to songs and I take them seriously. So that's all I've got for right now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for liking the video. That way other people will get this information, because this information is important. The people are finding out. If you want to know, if you want to come up to speed, how I learned about this stuff is through a lot of different people, but one of them was Kevin Trudeau, who they actually put in prison, right, for almost 10 years for nothing. Longest prison sentence in United States history for contempt of court, which is not a felony, not even a misdemeanor. Okay? This should be front page news. But if you want to listen to Kevin Trudeau, you could read his book. I'm not saying all his books. I'm not endorsing all his books. I'm just endorsing this one book that deals with this subject. Okay? And you know that the internet right now, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but just recently in this last year, and especially this last 6 months, the internet or YouTube has just got plastered with videos saying that he is a scam. Okay? And but anyhow, if you want to hear what he says, I'm telling you, the book is legit. This book is legit. It's on CD. I showed you the CDs. Go back and watch my videos. It's a 12 CD set by Kevin Trudeau. Right now you can get it on eBay for like $10, less than $10, free shipping. This thing used to be selling for $30. In today's money, that would be like $59. Okay, you can pick it up for under $10. It's a 12 CD set. You'll hear everything in there, and then you can be able to connect the dots of why they put him in prison camp in Montgomery, Alabama. And because he basically told on all of them, all these I think they're reptilian shapeshifters, extraterrestrials. Personally, I think he's one himself, or else how would he know all this stuff? Just like David Icke, I think, is an extraterrestrial, or else how would he know all this stuff? David Icke also tells you stuff, not mostly concentrated on this, what I'm talking about, but he tells you about the extraterrestrials, okay? And they banned him from Facebook, banned him from YouTube, and banned him from over 30 European countries because he's telling people about the extraterrestrials. If you want to listen to David Icke, if you want to ask David Icke a question, go to X, because formerly Twitter. Twitter kicked him off too. But when Elon Musk came back and took over Twitter, he let David Icke back on, even though David Icke can't stand Elon Musk. He is on X if you want to go check him out. David Icke. Okay? He's the one telling people about the extraterrestrials. Since 1995, when he first started telling them, everybody was laughing at him, throwing tomatoes at him, right? And now over 50% of the population now believes what he is saying is legit. In his book, The Biggest Secret, or Children of the Matrix. Okay? So that's all I've got for right now. Thanks for leaving messages. And I'll talk to you later. Okay? Be sure you're subscribed. If you're listening later, be sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can catch me when I go live, because it is important. I think it has a special energy. And Axel, you think that's funny, but you keep it up and you might get booted. Okay? I'm not even going to give you time out right now, but I'm just warning you, because sometimes you might find somebody who's not in a good mood and they're just going to boot you. So, fair warning. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Talk with you later.